Hello and welcome to White Glove Reviews. In this video, I'm going to be talking about something that I thought I had talked about in the last video, but I read something wrong. So, in the last video, I talked about Daria Dragonscale and how a commenter on one of my videos suggested that I should do a Daria Dragonscale melee deck. And when I read the comment, I kind of just glanced at the comment and I saw it. And I was like, I'll answer it once I do the video. And when I went back and read it, he was talking about Delwyn Dragonscale and a magic deck, as opposed to the melee deck from the video from yesterday. So I decided to go back and give it a shot and try good old Delwyn. And here's what I've figured out so far. I think okay, so let me show you what I had rented. So here's all the, hold on, yeah, here we go. Here's all the stuff I have rented to me, right? So I had the assortment that I've been using for Lorna Shine, and I had Temple Priest, Jen Renova, Lunarchy Mistress, and actually that was it for the ones that I specifically rented. So the performance wasn't bad using Delwyn, but I think probably the way to go is to rent some of the other magic options, like add to your magic. Like maybe, let's see. Well, I don't want to show the gold ones. Oh, I should probably show all cards, shouldn't I? There we go. So, like for example, I think you might want to add in, where was it I was looking for? You might want to add in, where is it? Ah, here we go. Like maybe a Defender of Truth, especially with the Defender of Truth getting the armor buff. Maybe a Light Elemental. Like those two I think could beef up things pretty nicely. And you could even go for like heavy hitters like High Priest Darius and Bilia, B-I-L-A, her. I don't know if I would go for this one, but like her, the High Priest, I mean they would just basically give you bigger hammers in the high mana matches. Now, I do have a couple of videos, a couple of battles I want to show y'all. So, in this first battle, it's a pretty decent magic team on my side. Now, one of the things that's really good about dragons is you pick up Jin Chihuahua, and the Jin is really, really nice. And so this is one of those teams where it's like the Jin and the Sandworm, they don't actually match with your summoner's little theme of boosting magic, but it's still pretty good. Like, let's take a look. So the boosted magic is actually fairly helpful because it makes it possible to get through what's going on there. And again, like the resurrection and stuff, not ideal, but also not catastrophic. And like as you can see, the magic damage cuts through pretty quickly. And the Sandworm kind of gnaws on the back row. But as you can see, like his triage is super useful. I mean, I can see why that is a rather expensive summoner just from the results. But like right now, it gets down to this and it's just kind of over. So the next battle I want to show y'all is this one. And this one, it just, I don't know. It's one of those things like I felt like I was very light on my magic monsters. And also, you know, the Pelacor Conjurer. I found that I really, really like a leveled up Pelacor Conjurer, like a level 5 Pelacor Conjurer for silver. It just seems, he seems really just pretty good as a 2-mana tank. So, I mean, well, anyway, you can see the results here. So, again, not too bad. Now, this one, oh, I know why I picked this one. This is very similar to the team that I was playing when I was using Daria. And so it's basically the Daria team versus the Delwyn team, with me playing the Delwyn team in this one. And so we can take a look at this, and it's actually a decent team because most of their monsters are leveled up in this fight. You can see there's like level 3s in there and that kind of thing. And so, I mean, it's kind of funny, but the High Priest picking up the Dispel ability is relevant. I mean, it does seem to matter a fair amount. I mean, it's one of those things, like, it's not a flashy kind of destructive ability, but it kind of gets you through. It gets you past like that like hump that's stopping you, like whatever the buff is on the creature. And so, like, yeah. Anyway, that's how this one resolves. And let me see. Okay, this one. Not actually sure why I picked this one. I don't remember. This is. I'm trying to remember what I thought was interesting about this, and unless maybe it's just kind of the blasting away aspect of it. I did like the reflect from the Pelacor Conjurer. But yeah, this is just one of those things where it's kind of just a slugfest, and the boosted magic is better than ranged. Maybe that was my point. I don't know. I made a note of to look at this battle, and then I kind of forgot why. Oh, I remember why I picked this one. This is a Lorna Shine battle, which is again very close to the team that I played. I would like in the last video, I wasn't using Uraeus. I was using a chicken, but I have a habit of, like, if I'm playing this guy, if I have this guy in my lineup, oftentimes the chicken won't make the cut, or the chicken will be second maybe, or I don't know. I'm not a fan of putting the chicken at the end. So anyway, let's check it out and see how it goes. So yeah, we pretty much, like, the team is just kind of chewing through the main tank, and then once it gets through the main tank, I mean, you got to get through the main tank. The issue here, though, is, like, look how many hits the Pelacor Conjurer is avoiding. And in this case, I mean, he's just like, that speed helps a decent amount. Now, this is one of those battles that I was kind of expecting to maybe lose, but it ended up that the Lunarchy Mistress kind of just blasted away and took out the bad guys. Anyway, I can tell you that playing the, let's see, where I have it, read it to me. In playing Daria Dragonscale and Delwyn Dragonscale back to back, I can tell you that I think with the setup I had, with the initial setup I had with Lorna Shine, with the initial setup I had with Lorna Shine, where I had the Silver Shield Knight, the Feral Spirit, the Cave Slug, and the Silver Shield Assassin, like, those cards are so, they're so synergistic with Daria Dragonscale that it's remarkably difficult to beat. Now, Delwyn, he buffs the magic guys really nicely. And I think that my results might have been a little bit better if I had maybe like High Priest Darius or something like that. But not having the second buff, not having like a creature that buffs all your magic damage, I think that kind of hurts. And I ran into a battle where, because he was 5 mana, I couldn't use him. The battle has to be 4 or less option. It's like I lost the ability to use him, which I did find inconvenient. So I think with what you have available right now, I think Daria is better than Delwyn. Now, if there's something that it does not take a lot, though, I think, to make Delwyn very, very competitive to Daria. So, anyway, I apologize to the person who commented about that I read Daria when he commented Delwyn. So anyway, this is the video that I promised in the comment I left for them. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. If you have any suggestions, you can also let me know down there. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And I hope y'all have an excellent day.